Mark needs a second date update, and we're going to do our best to help him out. Hi, Mark.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Hi.
It's going good, Mark. We're going to try to get you a second date. I feel it. Today's the day. It's going to happen.
I hope so.
So let's start from the beginning. How did you meet Britney, and how'd the first date go? We'll go from there.
We met on Match, and we went out last weekend. So I go to her place. I pick her up. We went to dinner at Tony's. We're both pretty recently divorced, and so we're both sort of dipping our toes into dating again. And we have a lot in common. We were both married for over 10 years. It's been a while since we've dated anyone. I mean, it was a little awkward, but we both acknowledged that. We even laughed about it. And that kind of, lightened things up and made things a little bit easier. And I thought we had a really good time.
Okay.
So we were there for about 2 hours. We talked a lot. It was really great conversation. I felt like there was potential. I took her home. I walked her to her door, hugged her goodnight. I said I'd like to see her again. She told me to call her. So I did, but she didn't pick up. And so I texted her. She hasn't said anything. She hasn't replied. So I don't know. I'm just curious. I'm really new at this, and I just really want some feedback.
I think 2 hours feels like a really long time.
Yeah, if you're not having a good time, you're not going to hang out there that long.
No, not unless you're at a restaurant and the food just is coming that slowly. Unless you just have no choice. If you want to finish your meal, you have to sit there. Because that is a lot of talking. I mean, we talk for 4 hours every day. Only how much of those 4 hours do you think are actual conversations that are on the air, that are... Because, when songs are
more
playing...
Now, I will say more now than ever.
I'd say close to half, maybe.
Half of that?
Yeah.
So because that would be... So think about how much talking that is. 2 hours.
We don't play nearly as many songs as we did 22 years ago. If we're playing a song, it's because one of us had to use the restroom.
Right. Or Jeff needed to heat up his breakfast wrap.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of talking.
Yeah, but you said that she told you to call her. You expressed interest in seeing her again, and she said, call me?
Yes, she did.
Okay. Well, now we're going to call her.
Okay.
Since you tried and didn't have any success, we'll call Britney, see what she really thought of Mark and her date with him as second date update continues. Britney are both recently divorced. They met on Match, so they're fairly new to the dating scene. And we hear stories like this. It's not the first time we've had a couple of divorcees meet up who were still trying to navigate their way through the awkwardness of getting out there, but at least they had a sense of humor about it. They both acknowledged it and spent a lovely 2 hours over dinner getting to know each other. And it sounded like the perfect first date. He was a gentleman. He took her home, walked her to her door, gave her a hug, said, I'd love to see you again. And she said, give me a call. Call me. You know how to call me. You got my contact info. And that's what he did. But she's not responded to his texts or phone calls. And this is where we are. So we're going to call her up and see what she really thought of Mark and her date with him. We're going to put her on the spot. Is there anything else, Mark, you want to add that you think is important or pertinent?
I don't think so. We just had a lot of great conversation. I love to talk.
Love that. Let's see if she likes listening as much as you like talking.
Hello?
Hello, is this Britney?
This is Britney.
Great to hear your voice, Britney. My name is Jeff. I got my partner Jenn here, along with Fritch and Tim.
Hi.
We have you on speakerphone. How are you this morning?
I'm doing pretty good. And yourself?
Doing well. We co-host a morning show on Q102. Don't know if you're a fan or if you've ever had a chance to listen, but we were hoping you'd come on the radio and chat with us for a few minutes.
Sure, I'd love to.
Oh, wow.
You're so agreeable.
Nice.
I love this.
She's so nice.
I
Yeah.
feel like this first meetup is going really well.
No wonder she was so easy to talk to.
That's right.
Pleasant.
Well, let's get right into it then. We spoke to Mark, the guy you went on a date with recently.
Of course he called you. Of course he did.
Why do you say that?
Why?
He thinks he belongs on the radio.
Really?
Yeah, he's had people tell him that he has this great voice and should be on the radio.
He did have a pleasant enough voice. I thought he was well-spoken.
He's told me that several times. And
This was on the date?
this is on the date. And he just kept talking like he was on the radio. Do you know what I mean?
Hi, I've got this deep, sexy voice. And,
Hey there.
Hey, I was thinking that maybe we should order some of those Aussie cheese fries.
Yeah, well, it was with this really deep, over-expressive, over-articulating, used car salesman kind of voice.
Hey.
Did he do a
Yeah.
finger shoot to accompany it?
He could have. It was just weird. I don't know if he was trying to be sexy or what, but no.
He didn't do it
No.
for you?
No.
Oh. Well, I wasn't picking up on that talking to him, but then again, I don't think he was trying to impress us like he was trying to impress you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's bring him into the conversation. Is there anything else, by the way, that was off-putting about him that you want to add, or is that it, pretty much?
That was about it. Just his weird car salesman voice.
All right, Mark, what was up? You sounded perfectly normal to me when we spoke.
Yeah, I don't know what she's talking about.
Now I'm trying to hear it.
I know. Because this is not an unfamiliar situation. Like, we have met so many people over the years, and I do believe it's probably 98% men who will say, I've been told that I've got a voice for radio. I've had a lot of people say that, I should be doing commercials for a living, or, I should be doing some voice work because, I just have that voice.
I have been told I have a great voice for radio, and I'm sure you guys can hear it right now.
Of course.
I don't know.
Sure.
Try to sell me a Honda.
Go.
Would you like to drive this new Honda Accord?
Ooh,
Not bad.
feeling a bit excited.
I think we've all worked with people, though, that have amazing voices that absolutely are horrible DJs on the radio.
Because they have their personality.
It's not just the voice.
Right.
Yeah.
That's only a piece of the
Right.
puzzle.
Right.
Right.
And there are a lot of great, fantastically successful personalities who don't necessarily have what you'd consider to be the quintessential smooth, deep radio
Right.
voice.
Thanks, Jeff.
Well, like Jeff, out of us, I mean, you probably have the best pipes.
But that's luck of the draw.
Yeah,
You
but
know-
I also have been I remember when I was on maternity leave a while ago and I was in the car and I was listening to Jeff talk. I was like, he really does have a good voice.
Yeah.
Like introducing Cardi B. I was like, he sounds really good.
Yeah.
Thanks, Fritchie.
You're welcome.
She had to go on maternity leave to
To really recognize you.
Well, it's different when you're sitting across from it and then when you're in the car and it's coming out the speakers.
Yeah,
It is different.
totally.
Yeah.
She got surround sound, Jeff.
I did.
Well, I don't know, Brittany. I mean, what do you want to do with this? Did you tell him how annoying that was the other night?
I might have implied it, but I definitely didn't tell him.
Yeah. And what are your thoughts, Mark? I mean, we didn't really ask you how you felt about her.
Oh, no, I really like her, but, I just keep thinking now that I'm talking to you guys, if it doesn't work out, or whether it does or doesn't, you guys need any help over there?
Do you do any other voices? Do you do like the NPR podcast voice?
Let me try. Hello, and welcome to NPR.
I don't know. There may be a future for him.
Could be. You never know.
How
You
about
never know.
your game show prize announcer guy?
That's one of Jeff's favorites.
tell them what they won,
okay.
Johnny.
A brand new car!
Hey!
Jeff, are you going to give him the talk about how hard voice work is to get into? Or are you going to keep feeding his dream? And
No, I don't want to kill the dream.
You don't want to kill it?
No. Don't do that.
All
Because
right.
it might be so natural.
You never know. Anything is possible.
Yeah.
Anything's possible.
If you dream it and believe it, it can be.
You already have connections, so maybe we could talk.
Jeff is in this voiceover group.
That's true.
He goes to lunch and stuff.
Yeah, I go hang out at lunch with other AI voices.
Hey, Brittany, would that be a good second date?
There you
Oh,
go.
God.
It could be a first date for you and
An
Jeff.
AI second date. Yeah, I never know what to say to people when they say that. Like, hey, you got connections. Are you guys looking for any help? What do I tell them when they?
You say you go to WKRQ.com, and at the bottom, there's a little link there that you can click on that says we're hiring. And then you can pull up the stuff that you can see what available jobs we have in the building.
Ah, you're pretty good at this bull thing.
Or you could hit the little, what do we call it? The little microphone button
the talk back.
On the app, and you can send us stuff like this.
Hey, Jeff and Jen, I want to say thank you guys for your wonderful work that you do. I listen to you guys.
That's Jerry. That's our
Jerry.
guy. That's our listener, Jerry.
He actually does do some voice work, doesn't he?
He's our best friend.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck, you guys. We're going to set this up with Mark. So, Brittany, you'll be hearing from Mark again very soon
Oh, boy.
on a radio near you.
Yep.
All right, now sign off.